Hey BookTube, it's Charlie from Reader Turned Writer, and today I am doing a bullet journal update. This week has been a rough one for me. I'm filming on a Thursday and my kids have been throwing up since Saturday, both of them. And so I have been cleaning that up and taking care of it and trying to make sure that they're okay and not just totally miserable. And it has been very rough, so I thought I would just do kind of a more for fun video that's a little more relaxed today. And so I thought I would share my new bullet journal. I did share a video on my bullet journal before, and that bullet journal was like a little notebook that I had. Since that video, I wasn't loving the whole notebook aspect because it was lined, which was hard to do boxes and calendars and things in my bullet journal. And it also just didn't look the best. The pages all bled through and just different things like that that I didn't like. So I was already not liking it. And I was loving bullet journaling itself. I absolutely loved it. So I was thinking about getting a new notebook anyways. And then my 3-year-old drew all over some of my bullet journal pages, and I decided to take the opportunity to invest in some nicer bullet journaling equipment. So I got some new pens, colored pencils, and this new bullet journal from Amazon. I will link down below what I got. I like the color. It has this little latch thing. It has a bookmark. It also has the dotted pages, which I really wanted that. And the pages they're not like super thick, but they're thick enough that I can't really see through unless I like go over and over and over again with pen, which I try not to do anyways. And so, and obviously I haven't used Sharpie or anything on it, that wouldn't work, but I'll link this notebook and the pens that I got down below. I already had some pens from Walmart, so I just bought some more from Amazon, and now I have enough that I can do a different color for each month, which I wanted to do. Okay, so this is my journal. It's, I already kind of showed it to you, and I'll just open it up. The first page is just a little cover page that has my name on it. And then this is my real cover page, and I just kept it really simple. I'm not super artistic and I wanted it to look really nice. This is my calendar page, and I just did a box for each month of the year. It's very similar to my other bullet journal. I did decide to, with this one, to color code it. And so whatever color is by the month, that's the color that I will color code throughout the rest of the book as I go through. And same as my other journal, I just listed a few of the big ticket items in each month, because this is my Bookish bullet journal, and so I only really put bookish things in here. These events are just ones that might make it difficult to reach some of my reading goals or my filming goals, etc. And then I tried to do little cutesy illustrations on each one. I don't know why. So this page, this side is my library book catalog, and I just kept it really simple again. So here's where I write the books as I borrow them, and here's where I write the due date, and then when I return them I just check off next to the due date, and if I read them then I color in this box here, and if I don't then I can just cross it off with whatever color, whatever month I decided to DNF it. And then on this side, this is just to keep track of series that I may want to go back and finish someday, or ones that I want to read, like the Percy Jackson series that I haven't read any of yet. And you can see here that I did finish one series. I finished the Princess Academy series, which I was really excited to do. It's one that I've been wanting to do for a while. And so as I finish a book in the series, I just color in the box, and then if I finish it then I get to color in this box over here. But then I also did the perforated lines and lightly colored in the book, or the book name, just so that it was easier for me to see at a glance which ones I hadn't done yet. This page is the books that I most want to read off my TBR list for 2018, and I tried to leave some blank spots so that I could add some. I've actually added these 3 here since originally doing the bullet journal, and you can see as I finish reading it I get to color in the box, and then I do the perforated lines around the name of the book. And right here you can see this one I DNF'd. I accidentally colored it and I didn't mean to do that, but I'll just do a line all the way through to show that I DNF'd it. And if I buy it, then I'll do a cross through the box as well as highlighting it. And this is my book log. So you can see I have the month, and you can see how I've already color coded. So this January's all in blue, February pink, and March is in green. And so I just have the month here, and then right here I have, if I DNF any books, I can keep track of it there. And then here I have the name of the book, and underneath I have the author's name. And then I have the rating here, however many stars I gave it, and the date that I finished it. And then over here I just keep track of how many books I read that month by putting a little number there. And then any stars are just rereads. I actually, because there's not enough room here, I'll probably end up going here. And then I can also go here. I left a couple pages here. I was going to leave a couple blank pages right after this, I just forgot. This is my stats page. So here I just keep a graph of how many pages I read, and you can see that it's color coded. And all of them are color coded, but this is mostly so I can see for the year as well. And so I just keep track total, but then if I want to see how many I read in the month, I can just look at the color. And so female authors versus male authors, star ratings, DNF, and then here's just a whole bunch of different genres that I can keep track of. Here I have a few pages of YouTube video ideas organized. This wasn't in my old bullet journal. I had a separate notebook for business related items, and I just condensed it all into my bullet journal and made this kind of my business journal as well. And so I have different topics for videos, and I can go through and add. I left room to add video ideas as well. And then you can see here, if I end up doing one of the video ideas, I just check it off and cross it off in the color of the month that I did it in. Here's some of my goal pages. So on this side, I have one for checking for the newbie tag weekly. I want to try and find newbies because I like to support them. I loved, as when I did the newbie tag as my first video, I absolutely loved getting so many views and comments right away. It was very encouraging to me. And it's also just a good way to find new booktubers that you like and want to subscribe to. And then this one is to comment on a video daily. I have a goal to comment on videos because I want to be really active in the booktube community, and I want to make those relationships, and I know the best way to do it is by commenting, but commenting often makes me feel a little self-conscious, and so I have a goal to do that. And if I comment on one video, I usually can go on and comment on a few more, but I want to comment on at least one daily, and I just keep track of it basically per week. And yellow means I did okay with it, red means I didn't even try, and this greenish color means that I did what I wanted to with it. Here's my upload 2 videos weekly, and again I just keep track of how many videos per week that I've uploaded. So in January I didn't do as well, I only uploaded 2 total, but then in February I did great. I did 2 every week except for one where I did a 3rd one because I uploaded my channel trailer. And then this one keeps track of how many books I want to read per month, and I want to read at least 7 books per month, and I want one of them to be nonfiction and at least one of them to be fiction. And so this section here, I just keep track of how many books total I read. This section right here, I keep track of how many nonfiction, and this section right here, I keep track of how many fiction. On this side, I wanted to keep track of how many videos I did this year. I think it's going to be a little bit of a rough year because of having a baby in the middle of it. I will try and have some videos pre-recorded, but there are some videos you can't pre-record, such as wrap-ups, and so I'll try, but we're just going to have to see how it goes with the new baby, and I don't know how soon I'm going to be able to feel like I can really record videos depending on where we put the baby to sleep and different things. I really wanted to have the goal of 90 videos this year because I feel like it will push me, but it will also allow me a little bit of room to take a break if I need to after the baby comes. And since it only took up half of the page, I decided to go ahead and add a reading goals page. I don't really do reading goals because I want to read for fun, I don't want to feel like I have to read when I don't want to read, but 90 is not a hard goal for me to reach. I read an average of 10 books a month, and so 90 was a good goal, especially with the slow start to the year and with having a baby in the middle of the year. I felt like 90 was a good goal, and since I was already doing 90 videos, it seemed perfect. And then these colors, that's just how many I read in January, and then pink would be for February. So for January, I read 7 books, so I kind of filled it up until I felt like that was about 7, and then etc. This page is for BookTube. This is my ideal customer list, and it's something my husband and I have been working on together, and I'm not sure, this was for writing novels, and I'm not actually sure that I'm going to write novels because I'm not sure it's something that I'm really passionate about, but this was, yeah, my ideal customer list. And then on this side I have my book review notes so that I can go, when I go to write book reviews before filming them, I can say, okay, I can just go through and fill in the questions basically, and it makes it really easy for me to do book review videos. And then I start with the months. I have 2 pages for each month. Well, 4 pages, I guess, total. On this side, I have this little chart that keeps track of the books I read, and I just write the book name here. I don't bother with the author name because I already did that in the other section. And then next to it here, I just write how many pages are in each book. So then at the end of the month, it's really easy for me to say, okay, this is how many total books I read, and this is how many total pages I read. I write down any books that I donated here and any books that I bought here. And then here, I did, for BookTube, video ideas that I might want to do that month, so I can go, if I have any video ideas that aren't on my list, I can write them down, or if I don't have enough, I can go and pull some from my other lists, and then I can just check them off as I do them. And so they're checked off here in pink because I recorded all of these in February because I didn't do very many videos in January. Then here I just write December's best videos. It really helps. It didn't really help for January and February because I didn't do a lot of videos, but it really helped in March. I was able to see, for example, that my bullet journal video was my most popular video last month, and so it makes me feel good about doing another bullet journal video. And then some goals for the month. On this side, I just have a little calendar for January, and here I just write the videos that I have planned for the month, and I maybe should show you. In February, you can see I have different videos planned, and then on this side, I just have any notes that I think of for that week or that I just want to jot down. And then as I record a video and upload it, I write it down on the day that I uploaded it and color it in. On this side, this is just random notes for the month that I want to remember or think through. And this is a section for comments, stats, and notes. It's just basically any ideas that I have or any trends that I notice on comments on my videos, because comments are the most important thing for me. I want to focus on getting a lot of comments rather than trying to get subscribers or views. And then this side is my unread library, and on this section right here I just have any hardcovers that I own that I haven't read yet, and as you can see, when I read it I color it in with the color of the month that I read it in and then do the perforated lines around it, or if I don't read it I cross it off and DNF it. And then these are my ebooks that I've read, and I do the same thing there. And then this little section I added later, but I didn't know quite where to put it, so I just put it here because there is room. And at the end of the month I just go through and I look at the books that I read, and I write down how many I read from the library, how many I owned that I had read, how many that I read that were ebooks or audiobooks, and then how many I read from this list. And so you can see in January I kind of kept track of that. And then February is the same. I just went ahead and did it all the way through to December so that I don't have to go through and do any of the legwork for it. I can just start filling it in each month, which is the fun part. Then at the back of my bullet journal, I have favorite authors and favorite characters, and this page isn't actually color-coded, it's just random colors. These pages are color-coded. So this is my favorite quotes from the books that I'm currently reading, and I just write them in the color of the month that I read that book in. And this is my favorite concepts. It's like basically just quotes from nonfiction books. And then I have just a bunch of favorite genres, like favorite historical fiction books, and then I can write them down. And these aren't color-coded either, they're just random. I have a whole bunch of pages in between that are just blank, and so I might on this page do something like business notes or something to set it apart, but in between those I will just write notes as I need to. These are just notes that I took from a book that I was reading that I wanted to take notes on. Anything that I want to take notes on I will do in here, and I'll just try and keep it neat and tidy, which should be easy with the dotted pages. I love the dotted pages. So there's my bullet journal. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you know of any good bullet journaling videos, let me know in the comments below. I will link some of my favorite bullet journal videos in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.